I felt bad. So my doctor wasn't seeing changes. So that experience was more like some bittersweet experience. People called me all sorts of names.
I have some small video for you. Let's watch this video and I have some comments to comment this video. Let's watch it.
Like I said in the last post I made, I am still working on my delivery, how to effectively make deliveries. I'm still learning, but then I thought I may not be able to finish learning everything before I continue to do what I do. So whilst I learn, I still have to make videos, but I just have to make sure any video I make is better than before. You know, that's what I intend doing.
That's the way we like it in the town.
Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you are doing well. So I'm sharing this video so that in case you are going through what I went through, you know, you'll be encouraged. In case you know someone that is going through what I went through, you would forward this video to them so they are encouraged and know what to do as well. So growing up, I noticed that the arrangement of my teeth was some way, in the sense that my second incisor, the second incisor, the right upper incisor, wasn't in line with the others. It was behind the others. So sometimes food would get stuck in there. It also made brushing my teeth very difficult. And you know, my upper tooth, my upper tooth, the front part of my upper tooth was protruded a bit forward. I bite my tongue when I'm chewing sometimes. I bite my lips. I don't know, the general arrangement of my teeth, especially the upper part, was just some way. Sometimes I don't know what's happening. I didn't know what was happening in there. I end up biting my inner cheeks a lot of times when I am chewing. So I wasn't pleased about my dentition at all. I noticed my sisters weren't experiencing this. That was when I realized that it dawned on me that it may have something to do with the arrangement of my teeth. My sisters have perfect dentition, so they didn't have this issue. In fact, to make matters worse, at school in JHS, people called me all sorts of names. See, I'm the type of girl that likes to laugh, that likes to talk, that likes to express myself. If the thing is funny, I'll laugh. I like to talk and express myself and share my opinions. If the teacher asks a question and I know the answer, I would like to answer and all of that. That was the kind of girl I was in SHS. So imagine how bad I felt when, in the process of doing these things that I love, like talking and expressing myself, people called me all sorts of names, like because of the arrangement of my teeth. Charlie, it was bad, like very, very, very bad, very bad. You don't want to hear some of the names they called me, to be frank. It was very, very bad. But you know what they say about the things you love and people you love. Sometimes you just love some people, you don't know why, you just love them. That's the same way I just love to laugh and talk and express myself. So no matter how hard I try to suppress the urge to be myself, I just had to talk, I just had to laugh, like so this name calling and things went on, but for some reason I was able to go through this, so I just continued to be myself. But at the back of my mind, I knew very well that I will do something about this when I get the chance. I'm not going to leave any gabawa cry. But you know, back then I didn't know anything about health, I didn't know anything about making inquiries, I didn't know anything about it, so I just lived through that. Fast forward in SHS, I got to know about Android phones, I got to know about, I got to be a computer literate, know about computers and things in SHS, something people do in JHS. So anyway, that's another matter for another day. So I got to know about this, and so after completing SHS, I got a phone. An Android phone, and I googled my symptom. I just wanted to understand what the symptom was about. I googled my symptom, and then I saw that I would need some kind of treatment to change the position and everything, and to rearrange the teeth. But I realized that it was expensive. In fact, it was part of the whatever it is I read, that it was very, 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 very expensive, so expensive. But then, what can I do? I didn't know how expensive it would be. I was so naive, you know. Now I told my mom about it, and then my mom made arrangement with a relative in Cape Coast. I went to see the doctor. When she told me we were going, I was super excited. Imagine, I've been having these issues since, and your mom was like, we are going to fix it. I was so excited, super excited. I just couldn't wait for the day for us to go to Cape Coast. So we went to Cape Coast. I was expecting that by then I'll come back, I'll come back with a well-arranged teeth and everything. So you can't imagine how I felt when the procedure that was performed for me was tooth extraction instead of fixed orthodontic appliance. I don't know what kind of conversation went on between my mom, the other relative, and then the doctor. To be frank, I didn't even know anything. I wasn't there when any conversation went on. All I did was I just went to sit in the procedure room, sat in the chair, and then the procedure was done. my teeth that was behind, okay, that's what I described earlier on, was extracted. So when we came back home, I was like, what's up? The only difference I noticed was that I've lost a tooth, but that didn't fix how the appearance, that didn't fix the arrangement I was expecting. I just wanted to feel good about how my dentition was, and after the tooth was extracted, I still wasn't feeling it. Do you get it? So we came home and then life went on. So that experience was more like some bittersweet experience. I didn't know how to feel about it. The fact that my relatives were trying to help and it has resulted in this. But then I understood that. I realized that they were trying to help. I don't know, like I'm saying, I don't know what conversation went on, but the person was trying to help me. Do you get it? That's why they took me to the doctor. So I get that whole part. That's what the doctor told them for them to agree to do the tooth extraction. I don't know up until now. I can't remember the doctor. I can't remember anything about it. So I just don't know. Do you get it? I've been living with this until I got into this school. And I wasn't so shocked when one of the first places I visited, one of the first places I went to check out when I got into this school was the dental clinic. That's one of the first places I went to, besides going for lectures and things. I mean, by visiting, I mean one of the first places I went voluntarily, like to go. Like maybe you go enter a place to make inquiries, to go for checkups, to do something. Mine wasn't about general checkup. One of the first places I went to was the dental clinic to go and make inquiries. I made the inquiries and I realized I would need a fixed orthodontic appliance and then also tooth replacement. You see that tooth that was removed? I have to replace it. Imagine. So that's what I'm saying, that I just don't know what kind of conversation went on between the doctor, my mom, and the other relative. But it's more like it's at the end of the day they were trying to help, but more like it has caused more harm than good, because now I'd have to replace that tooth. But if that tooth was there and then the right procedure was performed, that the procedure is such that it will shift that tooth that was at the back, it will just shift it forward. It will create space, push my canine a bit further to the right, create space for that incisor that was at the back, and it will come forward, and then that is it. And then the appliance still will be able to position the teeth such that, the way my teeth are protruded forward, it will just push it back into its normal position, so it won't protrude as forward as it is right now. That's what the fixed appliance would have done. What I'm saying is that my dentition has suffered, and I'm glad I'm giving it the necessary treatment right now. And I'm happy, I'm hopeful, and I'm hoping that I'll be seeing changes soon. I told my doctor I wasn't seeing changes, and it was like, it's because we just began. It was like, that's how it is, from the beginning I wouldn't see much until we go further. So I'm giving it time to see when I'll begin to see changes. Why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story for you to know that if you have a sister, a brother that has any problem with their dentition, they are going through a lot. They are going through a lot, trust me. A lot. This video, I didn't want to make this video so long. That's why I just mentioned a few of the challenges I went through. But they are going through a lot. Other people are already teasing them. So if you have a brother or sister that has a problem with their dentition, this video is about dentition. That's not focusing on dentition. If they have an issue with their dentition, please, if you don't have money, take them to the hospital to give them the necessary treatment. The best thing you can do for them is to not tease them, because other people outside are already teasing them. So imagine if their own brothers and sisters are teasing them also. It's so bad, like it affects them emotionally. So you may ask, did I feel bad emotionally? Of course I felt bad. But one thing is, I felt bad about it, but I went through life holding on to certain things I was good at. By God's grace, when it comes to things that we do using like cognitive thinking, I was good academically growing up, primary, JHS, SHS, like my first degree in US, like I was good academically. So it was more of, although I was deficient in some areas, I was good in another area. So that kind of like shifted my attention from the problems I was facing as a result of the dentition. Kind of like shifted it to, I kind of focused the energy on things I was good at. So it doesn't mean I didn't notice there was something wrong. I noticed, but it got to a point where my mind told me that you can't do anything about it for now. So why don't you focus your energy on things you can do something about, which was continue to be good academically. Do you get it? So God being so good, at least I was good at something, which was to study. So I focused on my energy there, studied, and by God's grace, I am where I am today. So, like I said, the best thing you can do as someone related to someone having problem with their dentition is to not tease them. If you have the resources, take them to the hospital, let the doctor assess them so that they are giving the necessary treatment. But until then, don't tease them, please. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's very, very, very bad. Besides being good at school, I was also good at church activities. At church we have this Bible quiz where you'd have to learn a lot of scriptures, answer some questions. Sometimes you have to rattle everything, like recite everything. I was good at those things, those memorization things. I was so good. So I was usually the first. I was able to take my local. We won at the district level, we won at the zonal level, we won at the national level. I was able to take my local to the national level. I got awards. Like,
that's pretty good.
It was more like I was good with this cognitive stuff, this brain stuff, like using my brain. I was good. So that kind of like helped me a bit. So imagine if I was going to read this emotional thing about my look and then I wasn't good academically. I may have committed to be frank. I may have committed because it was that bad. It was very, very, very bad. So I just thought I should share with you right now. You may ask, am I going through any challenges after the appliance have been fixed? No, personally, I'm not going through any specific challenges. The only problem is the delays, okay? The usual thing. The doctor will give you appointments, you go, and the doctor will be late in coming. Do you get it? So the fact that sometimes I would have to wait for a long time before the doctor comes. Like late coming. It's like one of the major challenges I've faced so far. So if your doctor is punctual, then you wouldn't have any problem, to be frank. Personally, I've not had any issue fixed with the appliance so far, besides the fact that I'm not seeing the changes. And he mentioned that it's because we just started. Do you get it? Yeah, so and this kind of things take time. So besides that, and also the fact that sometimes I go and sit there for a long time before he comes, and I'm complaining about that, because if you tell me 10 and I come at 10, you should be there at 10. But sometimes I'll go at 10 and I'll see him at 11. Do you get it? You come around at 11. Do you get it? That kind of a thing. So that's like one of the challenges. So I thought I should share this with you so that you be kind to people. People are going through a lot of things. So like someone said, if you don't have anything kind to tell somebody, please keep your mouth shut. Okay? Keep your mouth shut. If you want to correct something someone is doing, you've seen something bad about someone, you want to tell them, find a nice way of saying it. That will still communicate the message, but won't have to hurt their emotions and give them any kind of psychological torture. I hope you get it. Thank you so much for watching the video up until now. Let me know if you have any questions about orthodontics. And yes, so basically this is about the braces. So if you see this if you see this in my mouth right now, this is the video explaining how. Like I said, I'm sorry it has gone on, but I just had to explain so you understand. Let me know if you have any questions about the procedure, and then I'll answer them appropriately. Thank you so much. I'll see you in subsequent videos. Bye.